So that video I made the other day has just gone batshit. There must be other people in a similar mindset of me of possibly buying a boat to escape the Australian property market and possibly escaping Australia. It's both good and sad. You know, anyone old enough to remember Australia in the 80s, for example, we were the pride of the world. Crocodile Dundee, In Excess, Men at Work, we were just hitting goals. And how things have changed, and not just for Australia, but the whole of the West, really. I mean, the UK, gee. Anyway, I thought I'd tell you a little bit more about me. I have produced videos for a fair while. I was actually one of Australia's first YouTube partners back in, I think, about 2008. Didn't really start making money on YouTube until 2010 through ad revenue, and then travelled for 2 years through Asia, through Central America, and it still wasn't great money then. But it was in the early days, it was a 70-30 split in favour of creators, which was great. Now it's what, 60-40. But then I got back to Australia. My dad got sick when I was in Cuba. I came back to Australia and I was doing commercial video production, so I started getting offered jobs that were paying more than, you know, that would pay me enough to travel 6 months. And I sort of dropped the ball with YouTube a bit. I have had some sailing experiences that haven't been so great. I was shipwrecked on a boat in Cuba, or beached on a boat in Cuba, and then had to sail on, that was on the western side of Cuba, and we had to sail around to Havana with no motor, and I think we didn't have a radio either, I can't remember, it was a fair while ago. I ended up on a drug running boat in Tahiti, but looking back, I was lucky that they actually kicked me off at Bora Bora and replaced me with a young, beautiful French backpacker. Yeah, they got caught in Fiji. So I haven't had great experiences on boats, but I have made previous videos about having this boat, and one I'd like to share now is a lot of comments, a lot of people saying, where do I start? So I've already made a video of what to look for if you're looking at buying a yacht, your first boat. Because I made some mistakes, I knew nothing, so I'm going to share that video now, and I hope you get something out of it. So you want to buy a boat and beat the crazy property market. I did it, and here are 5 things you should consider before making that decision. Number 1, there's nothing more expensive than an old boat. If you find a boat you're interested in, get a survey done or find someone to have a look over it who knows something about boats. Don't do what I did. Go to a local yacht club and find someone at the bar who doesn't even own a boat to give you advice. My boat is a 1983 half-tonner racing boat. It's cold moulded, so made of wood, and that makes it now 42 years old. Number 2, you're going to have to learn to fix everything. The word marine is a bit like the word wedding. You put it in front of anything and suddenly it becomes expensive. You're going to have to learn to become a mechanic, a shipwright, a plumber, an electrician, a rigger, and if you're lucky, you might actually do a bit of sailing. It's just a reality of boats. The environment is very tough and they're always needing work. Number 3, you have to become a minimalist. It doesn't matter whether you've got a 30-foot yacht like mine or a 60-foot yacht. You're not going to be able to have a huge bookshelf full of books. You're not going to be able to have a whole heap of gourmet cooking equipment. You've got to sort of cut back. It's like camping on the water. Are you ready to go downstairs and see what luxury life's all about? I've just been doing some repairs to my motor. I've serviced the motor and I've done some electrical work. So at the moment there is junk everywhere. And I have to completely tidy up before going to sea. So just about got it ready to go to sea. And I've just been reading a very good book where the suggestion is, if you go to sea, imagine the boat's going to turn upside down. So you have to pack everything in regard to that. The boat could upturn and everything could go everywhere. So as you can see, I've got a little way to go. By the way, this is the dance floor where I'm standing now. Number 4, before buying a boat, consider the logistics of how you're going to make money, where you're going to leave the boat if you have to go away. I'm currently on anchor In New South Wales, where I am now, there's regulations in regard to how long you can stay in one spot. So that means you just got to keep moving, which could be difficult if you're working in a location. You could try making YouTube videos, but there's 800 YouTube sailing channels already. So just be aware of that. All things to consider. You know, if you're on anchor, it's very difficult to get away from the boat. And if there's strong winds, you really should be near the boat. I'm usually on the boat if the winds are over 30 knots, just to make sure it doesn't drag anchor. Number 5, ports rot boats and men. If you can afford to spend more on your first purchase of a boat, do that. Look for boats that have had the rigging done, the sails done, the wiring done, where someone else has done all that hard work, because then you can just go out and enjoy the boat and sail. Getting an old boat where you have to do a lot of that work yourself, it's going to be very draining on your wallet, and if it's all new to you, possibly on your motivation. You fix one thing, you find 2 more problems. So if you can, try and find a boat that's had all that hard work done and it's ready to go.